Ma lo so fu manguia lo fionga le a tau sa vea. Tai lava mo le ngo le ne fiafi. Alo.
Fa mo mo sa mo nuia le sapati ia matapua inga ma osi ngā taulanga i le aso nafi ia ma se malo longa file mu fo i o le fa unga le vai aso ia ma lo le tau atai. Ta manatu fo i sa ia nisi sa auto tala noa ma fa soa fo i tawala atu le tapol kalame ma wala auto fo i lau sunga mat.
Yes, sa tai lava sa vea. O fai soinga pisi fo I o ke ringa vili mai last week after our bokalame. And then I booked him Vayasonge because last week I ordered a lawyer wrote a word they mako work conference, 3-day conference here, advice for life every year they mako conference. So I postponed the appointments for this week. So it was a good conference, 3 days. Said the different insurance companies come and Kalangoa do their presentation on the different insurance. So we had Fidelity Life, Estron Life, Chubb Life, AIA Partners Life. So it was good to have the speakers come and explain the new updates and everything. It was a good 3 days. And then we had the awards night, and I was very surprised. I wonder. They had a few different awards, but I wonder the advisor of the year. That's the main trophy they had, and I was very blessed, very humbled to win that. And I have to give my thanks. A lot of my thanks comes back to Radio Samoa, to you, Savia, for giving me the opportunity and for our people to ring me every week for the last year to look at insurance. So I wouldn't have done it without your help, brother. And so thank you for you and the team and Millie as well, and all the people listening, all our people wanting Fisoswangi in this very Taupu life insurance. So it was a very humbling award to win the Advisor of the Year. So yeah, it was very good.
Fantastic news, my brother. We'll share that accolades with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Lava tāua tele le whamaori le whatinoi no le ngā ruenga. Ai maise o le manino le leia I o tātou tangata. I lea ma tā upu, ma lea ma tā upu.
Yes.
Tā o mo le vasili lea. What are the alternative options? Wale le pēr were deferred. Yeah, well, it canceling lau policy, but it's deferred for 1 year. Wa umana whai le tau whiutanga inga o no le tūranga o nisi fo I whawhi tauli. But what are the options, my brother?
Firstly, my disclaimer, high-level information only, generic information. Among me, se advice process, really mate, and we can get together, book an appointment, and I go through my 6-step advice process. So what are the advantages? Yeah, it's a good question, Marifisili. Remember, deferred means, like you said, Savia, ele cancel. It's not cancelled, but also it's not kaulia. So ele kaulia. Sometimes deferred, kasiko sangai whakali, and then you have no cover during that period, but it's just a deferral period to wait after 12 months, sometimes 2 years. Fuafua le ngase a serious le ngase a kele le ngase kingo, then the deferral can be longer. And so during that time, facing a lever, it's a risk because ele aise cover. So mangu ke o kupu se whalavala whafo se ilo clients, le se cover during that period because mangu fo I were deferred. So then what do? What's the next option? So there's another option you can go for, deferred. For example, if you're deferred for 1 year because you have a diabetes that's not controllable, or your mamafa and your maulunga is not matching, your BMI is too mamafa, then you can look at doing an accidental cover. An accidental death cover means you're still covered, but for accidents. From an accident only, you're covered. Then umalole 1 year deferral period, then you can come back to me and we can try again. And kalosia will manguialo, your situation and you've lost a bit of weight or your ngasi is under control. Then kalosia, hopefully the insurance company says, okay, we can go lia their life insurance now. But for the first year, we can look at a accidental life cover because that's the only option you have. Or you can look at what do you call a funeral cover. But then Mamanko, for if funeral cover, you're not covered for the first 2 years anyway. If something happens to you, you only get the premiums refunded. But it's better than nothing. So those
Ia.
are the other alternatives. Or you can go to your ngaluenga, your pule, and you can ask him to ring me or I ring them to see if we can do a group life insurance under the employees benefit. That way it's go there straight away. There's no medical criteria at all. So those are the three going options, Savia, if
Marila.
the life insurance is not go there as the third. And so just trying to swangi, is mesiakako our people Samoa to help them. Most of us have a lot of different ngasingasis, and sometimes it's hard to get cover straight away. But yeah, those are the alternatives.
Malo, whawhtai. Tali fo i manino ma le malama. A o tā whanga solo pēr le tā whatalinuanga. O le telefoni lea. E te tau o nā fo o lo i lunga le tā screen. Le telefoni lea le sunga ia Matt se Luatua pe a whai te mna mia tele se viso soani. E fisilingi ai ma wha malama atili. O le o lua fitu, valu tolu iwa. Tasi fitu, tasi wha, toi whaafonga numera nā. O lua fitu, valu tolu iwa, tasi fitu, tasi wha. Now, Matt, how much life insurance is enough to cover your whole family?
Silly. So when I sit down with my clients, there are makala'u advice process. Well, the first meeting, I go through what we call the fact find information only gathering. So I asked the Fisili for ngale like, as whangau, ngaluenga, if you can make it, what ekalafus do you have? You have a mortgage or you're paying a car loan or credit card? What assets do you have? Savings, ka vale kiwi saver me whapenga. So I ask all those facilities, very tāua to ask those facilities because that's how eloa'u, how much life insurance cover you need. Because our facility aku straight away like, how much life cover do you need? Most of my clients, ele loa. They say, we can loa. So say, me, I don't know. It's up to you. So from doing the fact find analysis information first, I can find out how much they need because makaria for funeral cover is about what? Luis fuluafe to cost for the funeral. Sometimes go fuluafe. Sometimes fuluafe if kangaka and their family. So that's that one. And then you have aikalafus to pay off. That could be another 30,000. If you have a mortgage, that could be lusela wafe or go lusela wafe, lima sela wafe. And then you have to leave some kokongi for your ainga because you are gone now. So you need to leave like 1 year of your kokongi or lukau sang of your kokongi. So it all adds up. So it could be lima sela wafe life insurance lavanga, or it could be lua sela wafe or sela wafe. So it's for everybody's different for people. Everybody's different. Everybody have different going on needs, different covers they need. So longa luenga ele fa peke laku and I just guess, oh, I just have this one or that one. So I go through the fact find analysis to find out how much they need. Very tāua to make sure they have enough cover. At the same time, a kaun kākele. Then on the second meeting when I come back, I can reduce the cover down. I can make it smaller
Downsize.
because it's good to give the big picture, but ali mawhenga kongi. Then e lea nganga start with that cover because it may moke me because they're gonna find it hard to kokongi. So then I tailor the cover down. So it's very important for me to do my due diligence, duty of care to make sure I do what's right for the customer, make it fit for purpose and fit for cover. So yeah, pretty much that's how much how much is enough for the situation of the client.
Malo. Ia e mai se fo yo le to tele o tangata o lo a inga. E mawhai onda kawa o mai i le whatala doanga le na. Ai se a e tā ua i tele le whai o lo life insurance mai a nga i se company insure e whaatua tua ina tele ma tali tonu ina.
Tahua tele, because it's just the same pe alu e whengale whakauska vale. You want to go to a car dealer that you can trust, that have good cars, ele whakauka vale, ke el per ka vale resi aso, me mauku pe konginga ka vale. So you want to make sure you go to a car dealer that's good. Same thing with a bank. Pe alu le bank, you want to make sure you go to the bank that has the good rates. good relationship, dentist for mai, so on and so forth. So same thing with life insurance. Very well, when you pick a life insurance, you pick the insurance company that they lay lako reputation. They have a good rating, so that the claims rating, if I say claim, they have a high claims rating, they have a good star rating, good service rating, good customer service, and wow. So when I go to see my customer, I go and do my homework investigation on all those top five insurance providers: Chubb Life, Fidelity Life, Astron Life, AIA Partners Life. And some of them are connected to the banks, like ASB Bank are connected to AIA, ANZ Bank are connected to Chubb, and BNZ is with Partners Life. So those are top insurance companies because they are from New Zealand based and also a little bit global as well. So you can trust them, Asavia, because they have a very high rating, high credibility and integrity. But that's why you have to be careful not just to do life insurance online or when someone comes and kui on your whakakoa and says, "Oh, I'm with the life insurance company from over in China or India," but you never heard of that insurance company before. So
E,
ele lo se scam pere ai. So that's why it's important to Google and check the insurance company. That's why with me, I use the top five ones, and these ones are tested with the Financial Markets Authority, the court system in New Zealand. So these ones are the high respected companies, and it's my job to make sure you're with the right one. Because come claim time, I want to make sure e ko kongiro claim. As long as you're honest with all your facilities on your medical application, then I want to make sure that your claim is kokongi is paid when you need it. So yeah, those are the different type of insurance providers. We're going to out to go and look for the right one for you. Mm.
any company there that they're over 100 years, to their reputation, ma lato
Yes,
talaanga.
yes, there's more than one that's been around over 50 years, over 80 years, over 100 years.
Wow.
And they have a high standing history, credibility, and their ratings is very strong, and they pay millions of claims. So, yeah, definitely. And it's good to look on the its website. You can see all of their history as well on their survey on Google, which is good today. Mm.
Mala, vafti tilila. What is the difference between a cancer cover policy and a trauma cover policy?
Yeah, ngai Fisili. So trauma cover, all the five insurance providers have trauma cover, otherwise known o le singo le cover le o le critical illness cover. O langa winga. It covers for whasifulu koe ngā mai, all those cancers and heart diseases and strokes, kawaso, Parkinson's, meningitis, motor neuron disease, multiple sclerosis. If you're paralyzed on your parkour down, if you can't walk in a wheelchair, ke ula veo ka vale. So there's lots of koinga mais, serious mais, that's covered under trauma cover. So if you take that cover, kupulo se whalavalawe, and you claim on this, and you lei soi fuaoe, then you get a lump sum payout while you're sitting at home, ele mawhange whangaruenga, maybe kaskau sanga, pe lukau sanga, you get paid out 1 year's worth of your kokongi, your income. But because a lot of my clients been Samoa, because a lot of them they only go there for the life insurance, but they deferred for the trauma insurance because they already have a few mais or they're a little bit heavy. Then the trauma cover le go there, they can't have it, so they're only covered when they die for life insurance. So these couple of companies, Astron Life is one of the companies that I go to. They have this special cover called a cancer cover. So Ale Kaulia for trauma cover, if it's deferred, they can give cancer cover. And cancer cover means they're covered for all the types of cancers, but not heart attacks, strokes, and other ones, not the
E,
cancer.
yeah.
But cancer is one of your main claims in New Zealand.
E,
So at least if you can be kaulia for cancer cover, that's good because you got something because wale kaulia trauma. But the cancer cover you can apply for. So that's the good thing about having a cover like cancer cover, beale kaulia for trauma, because at least cancer, you know that that's one of the main claims for men and women around the world, let alone so
Mala.
yeah, gives you peace of mind. Mm.
Alo, whaptai tā ua tele, au leo ngā ia wa au uina I tātou umalava, I le ese senga o tuai ngā insurance, ma le tuai ngā pui ngā fo leo le policy le, mo oi
Mm.
a.
Sao le rei.
O le silbul muli le au I le tātou nuanga. What is the advantage of having a specific injury cover
Mm.
over an income home protection or loss of earnings?
Yeah. So income protection cover is a very comprehensive cover. It will cover kokongi. So if you're lavea and you can't work, or you're mai and you can't work for more than kole kasi mausanga kasi masingale off work out way, then ACC will cover you if it's an accident in New Zealand. But if it's a ngase mai, then they won't. And so off oiringa luenga for kole ongo masinga, then you're going to struggle with no money. So income protection cover and loss of earnings cover covers you for those things. But one there, it's very strict criteria. They only take a lot of white collar ngaluengas like like office workers, like lawyers, accountants, clerical. Those ngaluengas they're not required for manual labor.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my clients, because they're working in the storeman, the warehouse, the factories, a lot of times they let go leo clients for income protection or loss of earnings or mortgage repayment. And so if they go leo for life insurance and maybe trauma or cancer cover, then I can also add the cover there or the special specific injury. And specific injury cover is more feared in income protection or loss of earnings. And that cover is usually go for a lot of blue collar working ngaluengas like factory and storeman and things like that. And it covers a list of going injuries, certain types of injuries. Not every kind of injury. It only covers certain types of injuries. But Mayor Celia, you got some cover. You got something. It's like the cancer cover. At least you got some sort of cover with your life insurance. Pea ko income protection or the loss of earnings. And it's more kongo. So it's very tawa to have something as an alternative. Yeah, ngai whasif.
Malo, whaafteitiri lewe lau sungamat. Ia, o le tātaimi, ia ai toi whaile uwhi whalau numera I le malo le atunuu, ina ia mwhai peo na whamawina, ia mawala aua tuai fo I he sota I atu, ia ma whaawau peo na whaamamlama I le atunuu. O lua fitu, valu tolu iwa, tasi fitu, tasi wha. Ia, toi fo I atu I lau whionga e whaatawalunga mai o le tā talandoanga, ia, ma tā tau mawai ai, ma le whaaloalo.
Malo lava sa fea ia mamoli atu whawhtai ma malo I lo tō pa ia ma malu Samoa. I lo tō whawhonga I lo po kalame I lenia so, malo whawhtai, malo le nusai, malo tapuai, whamanuia le atua tiuti ma Faiva o lenia so. Ia whawhtai mo le no sa vea, manuia le fiafi.
Tele lava, looking forward to catching up with you next week, the same time, same place, I le Radio Samoa. Ai molte mnei, manuia le ngā Gagaifo Faiva I lau sunga mat Luatua, wha soifuia.